The following presentation is brought to you by the National Basketball League of Canada. NBL Canada is the country's longest-running professional basketball league.
Hello, NBLC fans, and welcome to the start of the 10th season of the National Basketball League of Canada. This is the return of NBL Canada this week. I'm Aaron Sanders, and it goes without saying, we are days away from the start of a legendary season. You're going to see some new players. We're going to have some new features. And speaking of new features, I would like at this moment to introduce to you my new co-host for NBLC this week. This is Karis Knapp, and Karis, welcome aboard the NBLC train.
Hello, Aaron. Choo-choo. I am so excited to be aboard this train. I'm so excited to be a part of this team, this league, everything. This is the 10th season, so it's guaranteed to be a big one. Canada's longest running professional league. That's huge. So I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm so honored to be hosting this show with you for this season.
Absolutely. This is going to be a spectacular season, one for the ages. We had to wait a little while, but lo and behold, here we are, and the countdown for the new season is on. Can't wait to see what is to be expected for this season. And for you, the fans, we are going to be your team off the court to give you a guide, a league-wide tour, if you will, of what's going on around the league throughout the entire season. Karis, I cannot wait for this.
Listen, we waited so long, so I think we can wait a little bit longer, but I'm so excited. Speaking of that long wait, as we know, global pandemic, still something we have to keep in mind of this upcoming season. No specific COVID protocols have been set yet, but of course, we're your ears away from the court, so we will be keeping you guys updated on all of the latest protocols as they unfold this season.
And that's what matters the most. You, the fans, keep you informed, and that's what the league's been doing for the last 10 years, and it's going to go on and on and on. You see the products on the court, and here we are off the court. We're going to start this episode, this preseason special, if you will, off, on a very interesting note. And there's somebody that's been dying to say hello to you, the fans, and get this season started.
Absolutely. Of course, we are going to have no other than Audley Stevenson himself, the VP of Operations for NBLC, but he does everything. So we are going to welcome Audley Stevenson now.
Hello, NBL Canada fans, and welcome to the brand new season of NBL Canada this week. I'm Aaron Sanders, and I'm telling you, it goes without saying, we are just days away from the start of the 10th season here in the National Basketball League of Canada. You're going to be amazed at what the league and this show will have to offer this year. New players, new features, and speaking of new, I have a new co-host who's going to be joining me throughout the entire season. I want you all at this moment to say hello to Karis Knapp. Hello, Karis.
Hello, Aaron. I am so happy to be here. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Although this is my first season working on this show, it doesn't take away from the excitement that I have for it. This season is going to be unreal. I honestly feel so honored to be working with Canada's longest running professional basketball league. And it's in its 10th season, so it's going to be a celebration. So thank you for having me, and I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. And, when it comes to a team like this, and I think I've said this a long time ago, too, it's like we are going to be the host for you guys. We're off the court, but we're going to lead the whole fans to a league-wide tour all season long. And we have someone that's been with the league since day one, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yep. So actually with us today, we have the man behind everything. We do have titles for him, but he does a little bit of everything. And even more than that, we are so happy to have Audley Stevenson with us on this first episode. Audley, how are you doing today?
Guys, it really, really is a pleasure to sit here with both of you guys and be able to talk about our upcoming season, our 10th season, as you touched on, Aaron. Lots of excitement. I'm thrilled. So happy to do this. Happy to be here. Happy another season with NBLC this week. Karis, welcome to the family. This is going to be a great year for sure.
Now, Audley, I know that we can't give away too much because we're still so early in the season, but what are some exciting things? I've been hearing of an all-star game coming up. Can you touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, that's Yeah, absolutely lots of exciting things. The All-Star Weekend is a big one for us because we're doing it in partnership with the TBL. That's the basketball league. Who we as we've announced previously, we've got this interleague partnership going on, and of course, some of their teams will be visiting us, and some of us will be visiting them. And midway through the season, Easter long weekend, we are having a joint All-Star Weekend in Syracuse. Man, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be historic in the sense that you've got two basketball leagues who have already come together in historic fashion, and now they're going to celebrate an All-Star Weekend. And All-Star Weekends are fabulous because it really is a showcase. It's a really opportunity to highlight. It's really to raise the platform or elevate or profile the game itself. And so, we're thrilled. I know they're thrilled. I was talking to David Magley earlier today. He's the president of the TBL, and he's excited, and it's just going to be a great weekend, man. And to me, also, when you think about what all of this season represents, why not do something special like this? It's like a cherry on the top.
This is sort of like a throwback, if you will, because a lot of NBLC fans remember David Magley was the commissioner of this league years ago. But the fact that he's bringing his league and we're bringing the NBL together to make this great partnership, it's just like old times once again, if you will.
Yeah, David has he has been a dear friend for a very, very long time. He first came into our league 13-14 when he was with the coach of the Brampton A's. He coached that team for a couple of years, and then he moved over and became the commissioner of the league. And we were close. I was living in Brampton. Yeah, the Brampton team, so I went to see him a lot. I was that guy that was kind of running around with my camera back then, and that's the start of our relationship. And then when he moved into the commissioner role, we actually grew closer and worked really closely together. And, we became a sounding board for one another. And to this day, I would say that David was integral in my own development as an executive in this league. And so when he left, I had a lot, some big shoes to fill, so to speak. But it's been a great ride. And so, yeah, it is a throwback. It's great. It's great to get into a partnership with someone who you love, know, and trust. And this is absolutely what we're getting into. And like I said, just thrilled at the whole thing for sure.
Now, oddly, we're harping on the fact that this is the 10th season. It's a huge deal. This is a celebration season. You've been here in some sort of capacity since the very beginning. So what does this mean to you to see this league make it to 10 years? Just how does that feel for you?
I do get a little emotional when I talk about it, only because of the fact that there's been so many ups and downs, and oftentimes especially when you're going through kind of a low point, people want to kind of peg you and go, well, that's all you ever are and that's all you ever be. And I've lost track of the number of times I've heard that, hey, this league won't survive till year 2. Oh, this league won't survive till year 3. Oh, it won't get past 5 years. Now we're at 10, right? And so there's some validation, like, see, told you, like, how you like me now kind of attitude. But at the same time, it's also rewarding to be able to be a part of something. You think of players who've got that dream of being a professional basketball player, and those opportunities are afforded to them, and you can actually be a part of that. Or even we sort of talk. I know we talk a lot about on the court, but then you've got people behind the scenes, cameras, announcers, broadcasters, all sorts of individuals are now in this pro setting and being a part have the opportunity to be a part of the game in that fashion. So for me, it's so rewarding in so many ways. I think I'm one of the luckiest guys on the planet, if not the luckiest, to be able to be a part of the league in this fashion. And so 10 years, it really, really is a big deal.
Absolutely. And you know what? The interesting wrinkle about this season is later on, we're going to be talking to Nick Shuppak of Panda Interactive, who is basically one of the people that spearheaded the new streaming platform for NBL Canada fans called Nblc TV. And it goes without saying, it's been 2 years in the making, and it's going to be a nice, innovative experience for our fans.
It will. Panda and the folks over there, Nick specifically, been great to work with. Right from the beginning stages, and we were sort of talking about the idea of it, and you know, they just put everything in. You come up with an idea and they make it happen literally. And so really happy about the platform. We're also happy about the fact that, you know, through NBLC TV we can offer exclusive content, which is something that we didn't do before, to really enhance the overall experience. So, you know, if you just want to go, you know, go to NBLC TV to watch basketball games and check out our games, absolutely that's available for you. But now there's so much more that we're adding to it, and continuing to add, to build it up, to make it more than just, you know, a place to check out games. You can hear stories and features and, you know, post-game interviews and shows like NBLC This Week. So, you know, we think it's going to offer a lot, and really excited about the potential for fans.
I've heard about that show before, Karis. Have you?
Once or twice. I think I've heard of it. Pretty good from what I've heard. Now, oddly, we don't want to keep you too long. So before I let you go, I'm hearing talks of a Hall of Fame. If you want to speak to that a little bit for me.
When we talk about this season and some of the exciting things we're doing, you know, it really goes back. You know, one of the themes this year is really about celebration. Celebrate certainly all that we've done, all that we're about to do, and take stock in what we have in front of us, which is, you know, the 10th anniversary season. And so this season, you know, we've been very deliberate in terms of going back in the history books, so to speak, and reflecting on great players that have come through this league. And we'll be launching, it's a virtual Hall of Fame, and in its first year of the Hall of Fame, we'll induct 10 of the greatest NBL Canada players in commemoration with our 10-year anniversary. And you know, it's funny. You think of all the great players that we've had come through our league, how difficult of a job it is to narrow it down to just 10. We've got an external panel that will sort of take the lead on that and charge forward to make those selections. So it's totally outside of the league. We wanted it to, you know, we wanted to have arm's length for this first year, and then annually we'll look to induct players. But for this first year, absolutely, 10 of the greatest players to step on an NBL Canada court. And again, I'm sure it'll be fun for fans to even think about their favorites, and I'm sure everyone has one or two that come to mind. And so yeah, that's a big one. Again, something we're really excited about. We'll probably look to formally announce that sometime during the All-Star weekend, or maybe that week perhaps, but more information to come out for that for sure.
Absolutely. And Audley, we thank you for your time. We thank you for helping us kick off this preseason edition of NBL Canada this week. Season 10, folks. We cannot stress that enough. It's going to be on your doorstep in a matter of days, and we're going to be the team to help you kick it off real well. So, Audley, thank you for your time, and we're excited to see how this season goes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the two of you for all that you're about to do. I know it's going to be special. I know it's going to be great, and I think the show's in great hands with the two of you. So, thank you in advance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. This season, all games will be streaming on NBLC TV, and we are joined by Nick Shupak to explain all the exciting features of the new platform. All right, Nick, I know this might be a bit of a broad question because of all the moving parts to it, but can you give the viewers at home just an overview of what NBLC TV actually is?
Sure. So picture Netflix, and now imagine that instead of an array of movies and shows to choose from, your array is NBLC content, from live streaming games to last week's games, last month's games, highlight reels, post-game interviews, etc., etc. So think of it as the Netflix for the NBLC.
Perfect. And before we get into the second question, though, what is your role with NBLC TV?
So I work with a company called Panda Interactive. I'm one of the co-founders, along with my other co-founders, and Panda Interactive develops these sorts of platforms and works with partners such as the NBLC to provide a really good streaming solution with subscription and pay-per-view options for leagues all around the country and all around the world, but also for a diverse tapestry of other content creators. So my role with Panda Interactive officially is VP of Partnerships. So basically, I'm the smiling face that sits between our technicians who are actually creating the product and our clients slash partners.
And you guys help put NBLC together. Over the last few years, NBLC fans have bared witness to a different streaming platform called NBLC Live. This year, of course, is a different story. So explain to us, what are the difference between the previous platform and NBLC TV?
I'd have to tell you. You would have to tell me, Aaron, because the way that I was able to familiarize myself with the prior product was after the season was over. So I wasn't able, for better or for worse, so I assume the latter, to experience what the former platform looked like in real time during the season. I only knew what it was. From the perspective that I was sitting in, looking backwards on it. But I can tell you that the platform that we've developed, and very much in partnership with yourself, with Audley, with everyone at the league, is something that the fans are really, really going to appreciate. One of the neat things about working with leagues such as the NBLC is that when you're not the NBA, when you're not the NFL or NASCAR or the EPL, the genuine and sincere passion that the fans have to and express when a league takes a step forward, does something really cool, gives them something that makes them feel like these teams, like this, the Windsor Express, who I've been supporting forever, now is taking the step forward, and I'm taking it forward with them as a fan. That's very gratifying for us. And to be able to work with a person like Audley, who's got such an infectious creative energy, just makes us certain that the reason that we're waking up every day to work on Panda Interactive is a good reason, because we can provide the tools for people such as yourself, Aaron, for everybody at the league, to provide something really meaningful for all your fans and viewers.
Want to remind the viewers before we go to the next question, NBLC Live, the previous platform, was basically you would just click and then there's the live stream for all your favorite teams. There was basically no features but viewing the live stream. So for NBLC to step up with these interesting new features, which I'm sure we're going to hear in a matter of moments, talk about a step above. And, for the 10th season, we pretty much have the tools to do anything on NBLC TV. Isn't that right, Karis?
Sounds like it. And talking a little bit about those features that you just touched base quickly about, Nick, how different will the NBLC TV chat room be compared to other streaming platforms?
And that's one of the exciting features that we provide, is a live chat. It's something that has become somewhat of a commodity. People are used to seeing it when they enter a YouTube live stream, or certainly a Twitch live stream. So while we're not necessarily reinventing the wheel, the ability to have the live chat present during a game, we've recognized opens up a whole host of opportunities, not just for the fans to interact with one another, to maybe talk a little bit of friendly smack to the fans on the other side of the fence, or shout out a cousin who just threw down a big dunk, which we see time and again with leagues that we work with. But it actually presents a great deal of opportunity for the league itself to, again, express their gratitude for their fans tuning in. So, for example, something that we saw with one of the other leagues, actually a league that works quite closely with the NBL Canada, is the basketball league here in the States. We've worked with them for a number of years now, and they're actually the conduit between the NBLC and Panda Interactive. And one of the very neat things that they utilized in the live chat, and Audley, if you're listening, here's an idea for you, is a hashtag. So when you see a big play, somebody your cousin throws down that big dunk, or your favorite player makes a game-winning three, hashtag NBLC highlight, or just hashtag highlight. And now we get a log of all of those hashtags, and we say, all right, hey, right here at the 2 hour and 15-minute mark, there's a big highlight. Chip chop. Now we got a great highlight to show everybody. And now you see the interplay between the fans at home and the league officials, and it being this very nice feedback loop that is good for the goose and good for the gander.
And you mentioned TBL earlier, and the NBLC is partnering with TBL this year, as one of the interesting wrinkles for the 10th season. And there's going to be a lot of fans wondering, well, what are we going to do in this situation if our team is playing on the road against a team from the TBL? What do they have to do, if anything, if they want to watch their favorite team on the road?
Yeah, the first thing they can do is breathe a big sigh of relief that there's very little to do. So it's actually an interesting thing. So David and Evelyn Magley, who are running things at TBL, and Audley, and I, as sort of the whatever point, I should probably know this from ninth grade or something in the triangle I was, we're trying to figure out how exactly we make that marriage happen, Aaron. So if I am subscribed to TBL TV, how am I going to watch these games when my team is matching up against NBLC teams and the reverse? And I was worried about that. I kind of kept saying for a while, I think that our guys behind the curtain are going to come up with something. Lo and behold, they did. And it's even simpler and more elegant than I was expecting. But I've learned to not be too surprised when our guys over here do something that makes me very proud to be a part of the team that I'm a part of. So if you are an NBLC TV subscriber and your Windsor Express are playing the Jamestown Jackals, all you do is log into your NBLC TV account and you can watch the game. Don't worry about who your team is playing. You will always be able to watch the game through your NBLC TV account. And the reverse is true. If you're a TBL TV subscriber and you want to tune into the game when your team is playing against an NBLC team. Sorry, there's a lot of letters and it is 10 a.m. I'm doing my best. If you're a TBL let me give you the nugget. I'll give you the soundbite. I suppose you can edit this in post, right?
We'll edit in post. No problem.
If you are a TBL TV subscriber and your team is playing an NBLC team, don't worry. Just log into your TBL TV account and you'll be able to watch the game.
I'm sure that is a relief for many fans, including myself. Now, Nick, I know you spoke a little bit about your pride upon this project. Not to get sappy here, but how proud are you and Panda for giving the fans a new, innovative, easier experience to watch NBL Canada basketball from their home?
Well, look, sort of as I said before, when you are a fan of whether it's a small market team, like I don't know if you can see back there, but I'm a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. And there's something about loving a team from Buffalo. It's one of the two professional sports teams we have in the States from Buffalo, whereas my hometown of New York City has a million of them, including the Yankees, And the connection between me and the Bills is probably not too dissimilar from the connection between the fans of the Titans or the Express or the Lightning or the Five. It's very deep. It's very meaningful. It's like family. It's mom's home cooking, and to see them progress, and for us to be able to say to those fans in Sudbury, "Look at this platform, man! Isn't this cool? There's all these interactive features. It just has a really slick looking interface. Everything works. You can tell that the league is doing well. The league is prospering and the future is bright." I think that just simply makes people really happy. And obviously that provides me with a whole lot of pride. Now look, what I do at the company, at Panda Interactive, is I get to work directly with people such as yourselves, such as Audley and Shannon, everybody at the league, everybody who works with the teams on the boots on the ground. But for me, honestly, where the pride really comes from is knowing what the guys behind me, the guys behind the scenes, the guys who Audley doesn't get to talk to every single day, what they're doing, what they're able to do, the hours that they pour in, the expertise that they put to use to produce something that's really meaningful for the NBLC and their fans. That's really what stokes my pride.
Well, when you have you and a group of hardworking people working with another group of hardworking people, it just makes a terrific platform in NBLC TV. And I'm sure the fans are looking forward to the start of the season to catch these new innovative features and watch their favorite teams online. Nick, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Stick with us, your team, for the latest happenings around the league throughout the next few months. because I'm telling you, the quest for the NBL Canada Championship, it doesn't get better than this. And, with us here on NBLC this week, we're going to help you out, but it's up to you to find out what's going to happen on the court. So we're pretty much like storytellers here, Karis.
I think so. I don't want to say we have some of the most important jobs here, but if you ask me, I think so, other than the athletes that are grinding it out to get this season going for us.
But again, the anticipation and all the wait, it's pretty much worth it. In a matter of days, NBLC fans, you're going to see your teams, you're going to see the players right back on the court, and you're going to see some tremendous action, along with some interesting features here in the 10th season. So we invite you to tune in on that. As always, subscribe to NBLC TV, and we will see you along for the road. Karis, it's going to be an interesting season, so on we go. As most people would say, just bring it on, am I right?
Let's bring it on, Aaron.
All righty. For Karis Matt, for Audley Stevenson, for Nick Shupak, and everybody here in NBL Canada, until next time when the season begins, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long for NBL Canada this week.